For the past 2 weeks, events in Myanmar, or Burma as some call it, have dominated the news. At the center of the nation's protest movement is the delicate but powerful woman many believe is the country's rightful leader. She won elections in 1990, but she's never been allowed to govern. In fact, she can't even leave her own house. She has been in and out of jail and under house arrest for the past 18 years. Her name is Aung San Suu Kyi, a quiet, modern icon. She has gathered a following all over the world for her steadfast courage and unshakable faith in democracy in the face of extreme oppression.
She has somehow struck the imagination of the planet, and I think it's because she really represents the best that humanity has to offer. She's a rock star.
And she has their support. There's U2's Bono, who wrote this song for her, Walk On. And actor Jim Carrey has taken up her cause, posting this video on YouTube.
I sent you a message about a hero of mine, named Aung San Suu Kyi.
Suu Kyi is part of a political legacy, the daughter of Aung San, the general who helped negotiate Burma's independence from the United Kingdom, who was later killed. In 1988, she formed a political party, the National League for Democracy. It was the same year thousands were killed during pro-democracy demonstrations when the military junta that rules today came into power. For Suu Kyi, it was just the beginning. 2 years later, she beat the military junta in a landslide when she was elected prime minister, but threatened by her popularity, the regime arrested her. She was separated from her husband and young sons, but never wavered. This from a rare interview with the BBC.
I believe that democracy is so far the best political system we have discovered.
She won the Nobel Peace Prize
for her non-violent struggle for democracy and human rights,
but could not leave, so her family accepted on her behalf. Then 8 years ago, the most heart-wrenching decision of all. Her husband was dying of cancer, being treated in London, and although the government gave her leave to be by his side, she chose to stay, afraid she would never be allowed to return.
She has given up her personal freedom, she's given up her family, and the entire time, all she's asked for is respect for the vote of the Burmese people.
When she was released at one point, popular support grew so large, so quickly, the government arrested her again.
Aung San Suu Kyi is certainly one of the towering figures of our time, morally and politically speaking. Probably on a par with people like Nelson Mandela. She views herself, I think, as a disciple of Gandhi and the principle of nonviolence, and certainly nobody else alive today captures that principle as well as she does.
But perhaps her principles best captured by her own words.
I've always felt free because they have not been able to do anything to what really matters. I can accept whatever happens to me so long as I am working for something that is right.
And we're going to turn now to ABC's Jim Shudo, who recently returned from Myanmar, or Burma. He's now in Bangkok, Thailand. Jim, so what is it like there? You were able to get across the border. What was that like?
I think the moment you step foot into this country, you know that it's a police state. The police are scared. They followed us wherever we went. And the people are scared, afraid to criticize their government, afraid to come out and demonstrate.
And Jim, Bill here, is Unsung on the minds, on the tongues of the people in that country? Is she considered a sort of a rallying point?
She is very much. Remember, though, that she's not a revolutionary. She is not urging the people to storm the gate. She has a very simple demand, and that's that the people who were elected in 1990, including herself, sit down with the government and talk and make a way forward that's peaceful. She truly does, as you mentioned, Kate, follow Nelson Mandela as an example. Peaceful reconciliation.
Jim Shudo continuing to report from that part of the world. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.